Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. This is Mrs. J's voice you're listening to. Well, on the table is the ingredients I'm going to be using today to make a healthy option of egusi soup. This egusi soup, of course, if you're Nigerian, you will know what egusi soup is. It's a Nigerian delicacy, which is one of the well-known soup in Nigeria. Even some foreigners tend to like it. And then this is what I'm going to be preparing today. On the display is the ingredients I'm going to be needing. Right, number one is the ugu leaf. I managed to find some ugu leaf today in the Afro shop, and it's fresh ugu leaf, and we're going to be using that. And we'll have our red bell pepper, scotch bonnet, and 1 onions, which I'll be blending together and bring to your boil before using it for the cooking. We'll come back to that. We still have our prawns. The smoked prawns is right there, and I have my crayfish here, and this is the bala fish. Yoruba people in Nigeria call that very fish bala fish. I'm not sure if it's what it's called, but it tastes really nice in soup. So I managed to find that in the African shop today, and I'm going to be using it for this healthy egusi recipe I'm trying to create. Let's proceed. And this is my egusi, which is the main ingredients for the soup, and I've got there 1.5 cup of egusi. If you notice, I didn't blend it. I didn't buy the blended ones. I rather have all my ingredients not blended. Like the crayfish is not blended, the prawns is not blended, the egusi itself is not blended. I like blending my own stuff myself. So this is the egusi soup this is the egusi seeds we're gonna be using today. And here is the sour fillet, which is a kind of dry fish as well. They have the there's another one called bala fish. They have there in the display in the African shop. It tastes great as well, but I prefer to use this for egusi soup. And I'm gonna be using goat meat today, just a little bit of goat meat just for the taste, and it's optional. If you don't want goat meat, you can use fresh fish or mackerel, whatever fish of your choice you can use, but I'm using goat meat today to get a little bit of that flavor. And here I have my snails, and it's still optional. If you don't like snails, just skip this part, okay? So I'm just gonna go on ahead now and blend my red bell pepper, onions, and scotch bonnet, and then I will come back. We'll carry on with the cooking. Stay tuned. Now, if you noticed, I have I've deceived the red bell pepper and washed the scotch bonnet, and now I've cut the onions. So I'm going to blend them both together, and then I'll come back to this video. Stay tuned. So here is my blended scotch bonnet, onions, and scotch bonnet, red bell pepper, and onions blended. So I'm gonna just go on ahead and cover it and let it come to boil. Come to boil and dry off all the water. Then we'll proceed with the cooking. Stay tuned. Now the scotch bonnet and red bell pepper is boiling nicely. Yeah, but it's not yet dry, so I'm gonna leave it to dry perfectly. In this pot here, I've got my goat meat, onions, and Maggi cube, and a little bit of water. So I'm just gonna let it cook, and then I'll carry on preparing other ingredients, and I'll be right back. So here is my washed crayfish and prawns, and the egusi too. I've washed it, so I'm gonna go on ahead now and blend it. I'm gonna go on ahead and blend the mix together. So Now I've washed the snails and removed all the slimes, and then you know, used alum to wash it, and then I used hot water to wash the fish. I'm gonna be adding the snail at this point to the meat that I have been cooking for half an hour or so. So stay tuned. As you can see, my red bell pepper and scotch bonnet and onions is well cooked now, and it's dried already. So I'm just gonna add the egusi now. Excuse my video. Just gonna add the egusi and make sure that I scoop the remaining ones with the water from the cup I used in blending it. Just gonna add a bit of water. You see the color? Wish you're here to smell it. It smells fine. Just leave the water to rinse out the one in the cup. I'm just gonna give it a shake. Oops. Give it a shake and then add it on. So I've just given the cup a good shake and added it on. So I'm just gonna give it a good stir. Make sure I stir it together, and then let it cook for maybe 10 to 20 minutes. And always stir it anyway so that it doesn't burn. And here is my beef and my snail cooking, and not yet quite ready. But before egusi will be cooked, then it will be ready to add on. So I'm just gonna wash my vegetable and slice it. That reminds me, you know, when I told you I washed my my snail with alum. If you don't know what alum is, just leave a comment, and then I will give a tutorial on how to wash snail and show you what alum is. That will be on another video. And make sure you subscribe if you like this video. Subscribe and like it, okay? And then let's right now I'm just gonna get going with the ugu leaf and pick it and wash it and slice it, and I'll come back with the outcome. Stay tuned. After 10 to 12 minutes, I'm gonna check on my egusi now, see what it is. Yes, this is exactly what I want. This is the consistency you want. You don't want it to get too dried or burnt. And now is the time to add the meat and the snail and everything. So I've removed the meat from the pot where it's boiling earlier. Just gonna pour it in, and in goes the meat, and I'll give it a good stir. Give it a good stir. Added the meat, the snail, the dry fish I used in you know, cooking the meat and all. So now I'm just gonna add the juice from the meat. So in goes the juice of the meat. Be careful so there won't be too much water in it. So there goes the juice of the meat. So I'm giving it a good stir now. Then I'm just gonna cover it to boil for like another 5 minutes or so. Yeah, about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm not gonna add Maggi or anything at this point. Remember, I didn't mention Maggi earlier. In this, when I was cooking the meat, I added two cubes of Maggi, and that should be enough for this recipe. Because of the crayfish, I've got its own flavor. I don't want to, you know, put a lot of Maggi in it. The 2 cubes of Maggi will be good for this recipe. At this point, once the pot is boiled properly for like 5 to 6 minutes, and then I will add my shredded smoked fish. So this will be going in next. Actually, I did it this way so that there won't be any bone in it at all. So this is how I picked it all out. And then I'll be adding my ugu leaf next. So if you don't know how to do the ugu leaf, to slice it this way, I can also do a tutorial on that. So stay tuned. Now the egusi have been boiling for 5 to 6 minutes. So I'm just gonna add the shredded smoked fish just for the taste, because I rather have it as taste than have bone in the food. So here we are. Just gonna give it a good stir. The soup is almost ready, and now it's time to taste and see if the salt is enough, or if I require to put more salt in it. So just gonna taste it. Perfect. Doesn't need any more salt. So at this point, I'm gonna add the At this point, I'm gonna add the ugu leaf. This, you can actually use bitter leaf. Some people use bitter leaf for their egusi soup. Some people use only any choice of their vegetable they like. Some people like bitter leaf, some people like okazi, but I'm using ugu today. So I'm just gonna give it a good stir. Give it a very good stir. Look at that, there's no oil in it. Oh yes, I forgot to mention that earlier. I'm cooking this soup without no red oil, so there's no oil in it, but the red bell pepper gave it that oily color we're looking for. So I'm just gonna put more vegetable in it, because I like my egusi to be like, you know, a lot of vegetable in the egusi, you know. So I'm just gonna give it a good stir, and then in goes the rest of the ugu leaf. In goes the rest of the ugu leaf. Give it a stir. If you like this video, share it and give us a thumbs up, and subscribe for my next video. I'm actually gonna be posting other recipes like vegetable okra with seafoods, and other ones coming up. So please do subscribe if you like this video. Oh, it smells divine. The aroma is out of this world. See how nice it is? Yeah, there you go. So I'm just gonna cover it and let it simmer for 5 minutes, and then that's it. That's my egusi soup. Egusi without red oil. Healthy option. Thanks for watching, and I hope you subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you for, you know, for for popping by and watching my video today. Thank you. Goodbye. So it's been 5 minutes since 2 minutes since I added the ugu leaf, and this is the outcome of the soup.